My immediate reaction beyond shock was, we got to fix it.
What's it going to take to force the largest California state agency to stop putting Californians at risk of ID theft?
There is just no excuse to wait that long to remove Social Security numbers from these mailed documents.
Trying to redact Social Security numbers in mail that goes to your mailbox is not rocket science.
Well, 2.5 years ago, they promised changes after a KPIX5 investigation revealed the state was putting millions of people at risk for identity theft. Tonight, Julie Watts reveals little has changed, and lawmakers on both sides of the aisle are furious.
Don't put your outgoing mail in a mailbox at night, ever. You know, if they see a flag up, it's gone.
That's the warning from convicted ID thief Cheryl Thrasher, who told us all she needed to empty bank accounts, open credit cards, and commit crimes in a victim's name was one piece of mail with a Social Security number.
It's easy, it's fast, and it's a fast come up.
It's the reason most government agencies, banks, even universities stopped using Social Security numbers as identifiers years ago. In fact, in 2010, California passed a law that prohibits printing the number on any materials that are mailed. But as we first reported in 2015, viewers like Maxine Hines were horrified to discover the state still printing full Social Security numbers on documents mailed out to the millions of Californians collecting benefits for unemployment, disability, maternity leave. And when she called the agency to complain about the massive security risk,
she kind of laughed a bit and she said, yeah, a lot of people complain.
I'm surprised.
The Federal Trade Commission's David Newman says envelopes like these are a known target for crooks.
Anything that's coming from a state agency is likely to be a signal to an ID thief that there might be something useful inside, and if it turns out that there really is something useful inside, then your Social Security number's been compromised.
And after seeing our reports, multiple viewers contacted us to say they'd received other people's EDD documents with their full Social Security numbers in the mail.
How in the world did this piece of paper get into an envelope addressed to me?
The agency says it has no idea how often that happens.
I think everybody who saw your story would just agree that it's common sense. Don't put a Social Security number on a piece of correspondence you send through the mail.
My immediate reaction beyond shock was, we got to fix it.
After seeing our reports in 2015, members of the Assembly Privacy and Consumer Protection Committee demanded the agency stop printing the numbers. And the EDD promised it would, pending approval for additional funding. But now, more than 2 years later, they got the money they asked for, but we've learned the agency has no immediate plans to stop printing Social Security numbers.
What's it going to take to force the largest California state agency to stop putting Californians at risk of ID theft?
There is just no excuse to wait that long to remove Social Security numbers.
Assemblywoman Jackie Irwin was appalled to learn instead of fixing the security risk now, the EDD wants to wait for a complete overhaul of its system, a project slated to begin sometime after 2020. And in the meantime, it's been urging people to enroll in its online services to avoid getting sensitive information in the mail.
I'm enrolled in online only, and I'm still getting my documents with my Social Security number on a regular basis.
It's hard not to laugh when the EDD says it can't stop mailing documents like these for my recent maternity leave. Keep in mind, I'm enrolled in their online services and direct deposit, so I'm notified of payments in two places online where my Social Security number is redacted. Still, the EDD says it won't stop mailing these duplicate statements with my Social Security number clearly labeled.
We went to the moon over 40 years ago. We've got Silicon Valley right in our backyard, and trying to redact Social Security numbers in mail that goes to your mailbox is not rocket science. They need to be able to get it done.
Assemblywoman Catherine Baker was among the members who demanded a fix over 2 years ago.
You know, clearly this is an agency that is having a hard time complying with the most basic elements of technology. That's where we have got to step in.
Both she and Irwin now have meetings scheduled with the agency. Meanwhile, the postal inspector confirms more mail fraud complaints come from California than any other state. And mail theft is on the rise.
Well, Julie reports after 3 weeks of waiting, the EDD just got back to us with a response stating that it has made significant progress in the long-term project and moved millions of individuals to online services. However, it didn't address why those people are still getting their Social Security numbers in the mail or when it will stop.